Look at this map. The top of the world. For centuries, a region covered in ice, inaccessible, seemingly irrelevant. But that image is now obsolete, because the Arctic is transforming into the most dangerous chessboard of the 21st century. This is Greenland, the world's largest island, 2.16 million square kilometers of ice and rock, population, just 56,000, once a territory forgotten by geography, now a treasure coveted by global powers. So why now? Why has this frozen island suddenly landed on the world's agenda? The answer lies in three words: resource, root, power, and it all begins beneath the ice. First word: resource. Rare earth elements. You may not know the names of these 17 elements: neodymium, dysprosium, terbium, but without them, the modern world stops. The building blocks of everything from your smartphone to hypersonic missiles, from MRI machines to electric vehicle motors. Here's the critical reality. 70% of global production comes from a single country, China. 90% of refining capacity is also in China. This is a technological chokehold. In a trade war, in a crisis, if China turns off the tap, the world stops. Now let's return to Greenland, the Tanbreeze mine, hidden among the glaciers of southern Greenland. A single deposit containing 28.2 million metric tons of rare earth elements, potentially the world's largest known deposit. But that's not the critical detail. Tanbreeze has a heavy rare earth ratio of 27%. Why does that matter? Because heavy rare earths, dysprosium, terbium, are the lifeblood of defense industries. Every F-35 fighter jet contains 450 kilograms of rare earths. A Virginia-class submarine uses 4 tons. China dependency is a national security issue. The total picture is even more striking. Beneath Greenland lies 1.5 million tons of proven reserves, 36 million tons estimated. And that's not all. One of the world's largest uranium deposits, massive undiscovered graphite reserves, 17.5 billion barrels of offshore oil, 4.19 trillion cubic meters of natural gas. But there's a paradox. A big paradox. Ore extracted from Greenland must still be sent to China for processing. The West lacks sufficient refinery capacity. So even if you seize the source, dependency doesn't end in the short term. Acquiring the mine takes 2 years. Building refineries takes 10. This is a 10-year game. Second word: root. Climate change is changing everything. The Arctic is warming 4 times faster than the global average. Since 1980, summer ice has decreased by 40%, and this melting is opening sea routes that were impossible for centuries. 3 critical routes are opening. First, the Northwest Passage, through the Canadian archipelago and Greenland, connecting the Atlantic to the Pacific. Currently navigable only a few months per year, but ice-free summers could begin by 2034. The numbers are striking. The Northwest Passage is 6,900 kilometers shorter than the Panama Canal route. For a container ship, that's 2 weeks saved, a 20% reduction in fuel costs, $2 million per ship per year. For thousands of ships, billions of dollars. Second route, the Northern Sea Route, along Russia's northern coast connecting Europe to Asia, 25% shorter than the Suez Canal, Rotterdam to Shanghai in 23 days instead of 35, and unlike Suez, no piracy risk, no canal congestion. Third route, the Transpolar Corridor, directly over the pole, the shortest distance, still mostly frozen, but climate models are clear. By 2050, this route will also open. Together, the 3 routes could carry 5% of global shipping, $500 billion in annual trade. And Greenland sits at the crossroads of all 3 routes: the eastern gate of the Northwest Passage, the western terminal of the Northern Sea Route, the southern anchor of the Transpolar Corridor. Whoever controls Greenland controls 21st century trade. Third word: power. Greenland isn't just resources and routes, it's the heart of military strategy. It sits at the center of the GIUK gap. Greenland, Iceland, United Kingdom. This imaginary line holds the gate to the Atlantic. Why is this so critical? Russia's northern fleet is based in Murmansk. To reach the Atlantic, it must pass through this line. Throughout the Cold War, NATO monitored this gap to track Soviet submarines. Today, the same game continues with new players. The Russian threat is concrete. Yasin-class attack submarines, the world's quietest, most lethal machines. Beret-class ballistic missile submarines, each carrying 16 intercontinental nuclear missiles. If these submarines reach the Atlantic, American coastlines are within range. This is why Ptufik exists, in northern Greenland, beyond the 76th parallel, one of the world's northernmost military installations, formerly known as Thule. Missile early warning radars are here, space surveillance operations are here, any ballistic missile attack on North America is detected here first. Currently, about 150 American personnel serve at this base. The American flag flies, American radars turn, American security is maintained, but the territory belongs to Denmark. This is precisely what disturbs Washington, securing your own defense on someone else's soil. Resource, route, power. 3 words, 1 island, 36 million tons of rare earths, sea routes connecting 3 continents, NATO's northern shield, all within and upon 2.16 million square kilometers of ice. Greenland is not an island, it's a vault. Inside lie the most valuable assets of the 21st century, and great powers have lined up for the key to this vault. Who will take it? How will they take it, and what will be the price? The answers lie in part 2. If this raised more questions than answers, you'll want part 2. So to part 2. Subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss it. Weekly geopolitical deep dives, zero fluff, maximum signal. Your click pushes this story further. See you in part 2.